What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 2. I believe this is episode 16. If it's not, it'll be correct in the description bar. The episode is titled Something's Got to Give. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the episode review, shall we? Without further ado. All right, you guys. So we only dealt with Marceau, Tisha, and Mel and Martell in this episode. So I think I'm going to start up with Marceau and Tisha. So you guys remember in the last episode, the guys went on that camping trip, and Marceau had his car accident. So Maurice goes to check on Marceau after his accident. And, Marceau is talking about his stomach was in his stomach was in pain. I'm like, why would you be stomach be in pain? But it is what it is. He's fine and everything is good. So they talk about the camping trip, and Maurice talks about how Martell, was at the campfire basically spilling everything. So then, Marceau is trying to get the lowdown on if Martell is expecting another child. Now, you guys remember in last week's episode, Martell told Cedric and Maurice not to tell anybody, but I'm like, dude, the camera crew is right in front of you, so how they not going? Yeah, whatever. But then, Maurice tells him how Martell was talking about the fact that Melody cheated on him and he cheated on Mel. I wish Martell would stop saying the fact that Mel cheated on him. You're the one that stepped out of the marriage first. So if you guys, which I've let me know how I feel about people who are separated. I mean, people date when they separate from their spouse, but I think you should wait until you get the divorce. That's just my personal opinion. And then Marceau is talking about this whole 47 acres, and he's just not sure if he can trust Martell. And I'm like, exactly. You would be smart to not trust Martell. Martell is looking for allies in this divorce between he and Mel. That's all it is. Oh God, Tisha. So Tisha is back home, and Marceau is talking about the car accident, and I'm guessing he's had time to do some self-reflection. I guess that's what he's done. Don't necessarily know. So then he tells her how Wanda has no respect for boundaries, which we all know that. But Tisha, I mean, she just never can call her mom on her shit. Tisha reminds me of Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta when it comes to her mama. Because we all know Candy can never call Mama Joyce on her shit. And Tisha's the same way when it comes to Wanda. And he said, she also brought three kids with her and the babies cried. Well, when she said that, Wanda has custody of the kids, I was like, well, Marceau, what did you expect? If she got custody of these kids, where's she going to leave them at? So, yeah. So then Tisha's like, my mom, I feel like my mom has changed a lot, Marceau. It's like, where has your mama changed? The only thing your mama changes is her wigs and her clothing. Well, her hair. I don't know if she wear a wig. I don't know what the fuck is on Wanda's head. I just don't know what that is on that woman's head. And speaking of the devil, in walks Wanda. Wanda gets on my nerves because as soon as Wanda walks into the house and sits down, she wants to accuse Marceau of an affair, having an affair, and possibly having a woman in the car with him. If that were the case, I think that would have already been identified. I think that would have been identified. Somebody just texted me, guys. That's what I'm looking at. I think that would have been identified, but okay, Wanda. And Wanda is also still upset about this whole Kimmy situation. Marceau is the one that said that Kimmy sanctioned you. Kimmy never said anything about sanctioning you. Kimmy is just want to pick and choose what events you come to, which there's nothing wrong with that. If there are people at an event that you don't get along with, why would I invite you? So what, you can start some mess there? Get out of here with that. Now, as much as I can't stand Marceau, Tisha, your mama starts it, and then you want to sit there and come at Marceau. I don't want to talk to your mom like that. Oh God, her voice is just irritating to me. She defends her mom. It's just like, okay, I get it. We do defend our parents, but if your mama is wrong, girl, your mama is wrong, and call her out on her mess. Like, call her on her mess. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, and when we'll discuss it, deeper, how it came about. I guess I don't know. So Tisha had an event for brown girls, which, as much as I don't like the messenger, I do like the message. And they were talking about something that I had never just really, really thought about until this episode. I mean, I always thought about it as a kid, but like when you're drawing, and as a kid you're drawing, you have your, you either have your map colors or your crayons, and when it comes down to drawing yourself, you always have to be like, what colors do I pick? Especially, I used to always think about that. Like, I'm not dark. Like you have black, jet black like this. You have brown with the color brown, but the color brown doesn't really go with my skin tone. Then you have tan, which I'm not tan. Certain parts of my body is tan. Certain parts of my body are, brown, but I'm not like I would be like, I can't use the dark black because I'm not jet black. I'm not jet black like black is. I'm not as brown as the color brown is, but I'm not tan. I'm in, like, from my skin tone, again, certain parts of my body certain parts of my body very tan, certain parts of my body brown. So it was always hard to draw, do that. And like I said, I do love the message, although I don't care for the messenger. They're telling the little girls, they're perfect. Their skin is perfect. Their hair texture. You could have straight hair, curly hair, kinky hair, afro, whatever. You're you. And, like I said, I really do like the message. Again, not too fond of the messenger, but that's neither here nor there. So also, so everyone is there. Kimmy is there, Mel is there, and so is Destiny. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. So Destiny is talking to Mel and Kimmy, and Destiny says that she and Kimmy have gotten a lot closer with each other, and then so they're gonna have this girls' retreat. So she's inviting Mel to the retreat, and Mel says, "Cool, I'll come since I didn't come to your Halloween party." So then Tisha comes over, and she extends the invite to her as well. Tisha and these events. Why does she say it that way? But yeah, so she invites Kimmy, not Kimmy, but Tisha. And Tisha's like, "Well, who's all coming?" She says, "Everybody that's sitting right here." And then in her interview with the producer, she's talking about the fact that, when it comes down to me and Mel is a mean girl who can't own her shit. And with me and Kimmy doesn't know how to support people. I'm just like, girl, I know you fucking lying. You are lying to me. Kimmy does not know how to support people, but what is Kimmy doing right now? Explain to me, what is Kimmy doing in this scene? Kimmy is doing what? Supporting you. Girl, you dumber than a box of rocks. And then she's talking about, Mel is a mean girl. She don't own her shit. Well, Tisha, your mama is a mean girl and she don't own her shit, and you don't hold your mama accountable for her shit. Like, are you serious, Tisha? I can't stand Tisha. God, it's like sometimes I want to like Tisha, but then she says and does the dumbest things. She irritates me. And then, Mel got up and walked away. So Mel came back and said, can I talk to you to the side? And she was like, okay. And, Mel was like, I stepped away because when you were talking about the girls' retreat, you were talking really negatively. And she said, well, Mel, the last time we went on a trip, things didn't go too well because you were talking about my marriage. Girl, we all think that's, I'm not even going to put that out there. Let's just keep it pushing. But Mel and her agreed to let because Mel's thing was she wanted to let bygones be bygones, and they said that they can let bygones be bygones for this trip. It ain't gonna last that long, according to the previews that I saw. It ain't gonna last that long. All right, let's move on. All right, you guys. So Mel. So you guys remember in what episode was that? I think it was the second episode after the premiere when Martell and Wanda got into it. Wanda got into it at Jalen's party. So Mel never addressed it, but I do know that I saw the video and Wanda was definitely talking about Mel's daughter's hair versus Tisha's daughter's hair, which is so disgusting. And I do like the fact that Mel was having a conversation with her kids about their hair. Don't let anybody talk, just because her girls may have straight hair, curly hair, whatever, and Mel's girls might have an afro, they might have kinks, they might have coils with their hair. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, don't I don't like that. And first of all, these are kids, number one. Why are you discussing kids? And then let's talk, and Wanda, you the last person to talk about anybody's hair because your hair, I don't know what it is. It looks like it's plastic. It looked like Gorilla Glue girl's hair. It looked like you sprayed some some Gorilla Glue on your hair. So stop talking about the kids. But like I said, I do love that Mel was talking to her kids, telling her son, telling little Martell he's gonna be a future king, just uplifting the girls in case they were, I guess, to ever hear that. I just don't agree with Wanda. So then Mel calls Tisha, and she wants to talk to her about what Wanda said about her girls. And Tisha like, that doesn't sound like my mom. Like, I don't think she would say that because we've had a conversation with Mila and about her hair and about her skin color. So I just don't see my mom saying that. Girl, instead of you coming with all that hoopla, talking about you don't think your mom said it, you could have said to her, you know what, Mel, you telling me that my mom said that? That's not, I don't agree with that. So I'm definitely going to sit down and have a conversation with my mom and tell her, Mom, you definitely shouldn't have talked about Mel's daughter's hair. They are beautiful black women and we got to uplift each other and empower each other. Like, you cannot be doing that, Mom. Like, she could have done, she could have literally did that instead of her backpedaling. That doesn't sound like my mom. But you know what, Mel? I would like to invite your girls to the Brown Girls event that I'm having, and we just talking to the girls about their skin color and their hair. Oh. Oh shit! Oh. Oh God! That took me out. I'm sorry. As many times as I do her voice, this is the first time that I actually just listen to myself. Oh God! I'm going to hell. I don't even know where I was at. Now when Mel was making them faces, I was with Mel. The way listening to Tisha talk, it's just like listening to a kindergartner try to talk to you. God, this woman gets on my nerves. Oh, help me, Jesus. Okay, get it together. Get it together. Now Tisha was. We finna get into Tisha a little bit more. Because Tisha was like, I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean to laugh like this, but it's funny. So Tisha, am I gonna do the voice or not? We gonna do? We gonna do it. So Tisha, she was talking to Mel, So she was telling Mel, you know, when it comes, okay, get yourself together. You got this. So Tisha, when she was talking to Mel, you know, I could text you or Martell the address so that, you know, you could bring the girls to the event. And Mel was like, why would you text Martell? Didn't you say that this is a girls' event? Well, you know, Martell could bring the girls. Because, I mean, if you don't want to come, Mel, you don't have to come. But, or, you know, you could just drop the girls off. We would love to have them. I was like, drop the girls off? No. But then, see, that's the thing with Tisha that gets me. That's the thing with her. You invited Mel and the girls. You said this is a girls' event. I'm pretty sure Mel is grown enough to be like, you know what? Me and Tisha, we don't see eye to eye. We don't get along like that. But since this event is for the girls, I can take my girls. Why would she send Martell of all people? Girl, shut up. Go read a book, Tisha. Go read a book. That's all I got to say to you is read a book. Read one. And read it. Actually, go read the dictionary and look up the spell. Look up event. It's not an emphasis on the E. There's no emphasis on event. It is event. You can say event, but no event. Why does she do that? All right, you guys. I really don't want to talk about Martell, but let's go ahead and let's talk about Martell. Martell really annoys me. He is so bitch made, because I don't want to say it out loud. So Martell, he met up with Chris. So they're once again talking about the 47 acres. And he's talking about the fact with all his legal issues and the divorce, he's not able to either move it or sell it at this time. And Chris was like, I know you lying. I'm like, exactly. See, Martell likes to place blame on other people. But Martell, had you kept your penis in your pants and out of Arian's mouth and her vagina, you wouldn't be in this mess in the first place. And I do want to address something. I know I made a comment about Mel and Martell, so I do want to address something real quick. I know that because I saw somebody leave a comment, and it doesn't bother me. I like you guys leaving comments, and we can always agree to disagree. But I think people have misconstrued one of my comments about Mel and Martell. I know Mel has said that she never gave Martell head. She was never a dick sucker. She was never a dick sucker. I'm okay with that. The thing that I've said in one of my previous videos is, for Martell, number one, if getting your dick sucked was a big deal for you and a deal breaker for you, you should have never married Mel to begin with it. If you knew that that woman did not give head, you should have never married her. Now, the other thing that I know I've said is when he cheated on her and she found out, and I'm not saying that I'm saying that she should have just divorced him at that point. At that point, she should have divorced him, but she didn't. She decided to stay in the marriage. So since she decided to stay in the marriage, I would have thought maybe at that point she was like, okay, let's make a compromise. I know that this is something that I don't do, but it's something that he wants, and I'm deciding to stay in my marriage. I would just say, hell, girl, at that point, if you decide, again, I'm saying she should have left the marriage, but since she stayed in the marriage, at that point, just make a compromise. Suck his dick on a birthday. Suck his dick on a holiday. I mean, it's one, you know what? Say birthday, because that's once a year. Once a year. But I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that that I'm not advocating for him, period. I'm really saying that with him, if that was the deal breaker for him, if that was a non-negotiable, he should have never married Mel in the first place. I'm just saying, maybe make with the compromise. I'm saying that in the sense, since she decided to stay in the marriage after finding out he cheated on her. That's all I'm saying. So I hope that's clear enough for you guys, because I'm not advocating for Martell in any way, shape, form, or fashion at all. So then we later see Martell. So Martell is talking to his mom, and he's talking about how he's tired of Mel going on social media, talking about their relationship. Now that part, I will say I can understand. but I'm not agreeing with him. I'm just saying I can understand wanting to keep stuff off of social media, but that's going to be hard when you guys are on a hit reality TV show and then your side chick is always talking to bloggers. So you talking about Mel needs to stop talking. Tell your side piece to stop talking too, because I mean, I've like my cousin watches this show as well, and my cousin has sent me so many interviews that Arian has done. Like my cousin has sent me so many fucking interviews that girl has done. So tell your side piece to stop talking too. So yeah, and now I'm gonna be honest at this. I'm gonna be honest with this. I do not agree with Mel on this one. Don't tell the kids that Martell has a girlfriend. Those kids don't need to know what's going on with you and Martell. Shield your kids. Like you need to shield your kids. Like I don't agree with that. That part I don't agree with. And he's talking about he should tell the kids that mommy has a boyfriend. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Shut the hell up. And then he's talking about the fact that she cheated. Like, dude, stop saying she cheated on you. You initiated the cheatation, not her. Shut up. You sound stupid and foolish. And then he ends up telling his mama that Arian is pregnant. You know, good luck to Martell and Arian. Arian, I hope you know that the way you got this man is going to be the same way that you lose him. I don't even know if you want this man, to be quite honest with you. That's where I get stuck at. Does she even want this man at this point? But you guys, that is Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is probably a long ass review. But leave your comments in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell button so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else, and share this video. Until the next one, you guys do me a solid favor. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance. And go subscribe to the Planner channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, you guys. So the next one will be Real Housewives of Atlanta tomorrow. Oh, God, I got 3 videos I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to do a series wrap-up of WandaVision if anybody is interested in it. I am doing Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.